Oh man, I didn't want that music to stop. That was so nice.
It's so good. It comes
Oh,
up.
we were jamming it out. You guys couldn't see it. All right, guys. All right, so welcome back. Welcome back to day 2.
Yes. Day
Alexis,
1 was so good.
everyone back.
Yes. Welcome to everyone who's joining us again. Welcome to anybody who is new just joining us today. Hopefully you had a chance to catch day 1 in the replay or in the watch party last night. We're excited to have you guys here. So for those of you that are new, I'm Alexis and with me is Maureen and we are your high performance coaches. And we're excited to dive into day 2. Couple quick housekeeping items we want to get out of the way, especially for just as a reminder, but also for anybody new. Maureen, did you want to go through?
Sure. Yes. The reminders are, if you are just now joining, make sure you've got your workbook. Okay. If you registered, it would have came into your email. Check your spam. If you didn't register, you can register at goalsetcoach.com. You can ask for a concierge to say, I need a workbook, and a concierge who's in our group here, they will make sure you're taken care of. If you're outside of our group, you must go and register and get into our group, because today will be the last time that we will have this broadcasted on our page. Everything will now, going forward, will be in our group. All right. And for those of you who are also just joining and don't know, you do get your own personal concierge, because we want to make sure that you are taken care of. We are high performance. We are limitless leaders, and we want to make sure that you've got limitless amount of support from our team so that you can show up and get served and start creating the life that you want as a limitless leader. All right. Homework. Make sure that you're doing your homework. And Alexis, did you see all the homework that was coming through yesterday?
It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Yeah. If some of you missed it, you can go back into the units section of the Facebook group. If you go, there's a tab that says units. You'll see we've got our community manager, Brett, has aligned everything so it's easy for you to find, because there's a lot of activity happening. You guys are really excited. So a lot of posts. So things are getting kind of confusing. So we made it really organized for you right there in the units section. Just go down to day 1. You can watch the video, the session. You can see the visual recaps, which kind of helps you fill out your homework workbook. And then the day 1 homework thread is where you're going to post all of your homework action items that we give you. Okay. And so again, if you don't have a homework workbook, say, I need a workbook. If you're in the group, if you're not in the group, make sure you go to goalsetcoach.com and get that workbook to your email and get in the group. All right, let's recap day 1. What did we cover yesterday?
Yeah, so yesterday we talked about what we consider the foundation, which is clarity and mindset. And we talked a lot about clarity in 3 key areas of your life. And we mentioned clarity of self, right? Who you are and how you are going to commit to showing up. We talked about social clarity, how you are interacting when you are or how you are showing up when you're interacting with others, and the experience that you want to create in those social situations. And then clarity of skill. What's on your skills dashboard? What are the things that you have that you know that you need to start to develop, maybe that you have to begin? And what are those skills that you need to work on to, that's going to be required of you in your next level, right? Don't wait till you get to that level to say, oh, I guess I should know this. Start now and building that skill set. So
yeah, can I add to that? There was a really great question that came in about clarity of skill. How do I know what my clarity of skill is? What I want you to do, if you go to the back of your workbook, there's a sheet called, what is it called? It's the clarity sheet. I can't remember what the title is. And I just put it away. But anyway, what you want to do is think back at a time when you were very successful, you were in the zone. Who was it that you were being? When you created that success, who was it that you were being? Were you being determined? Were you being focused? Were you being positive? Were you being curious? Take that and see what worked for you and start applying that now in your new projects, your new goals, your new opportunities. Use those same words. if it's getting focused, if it's, whatever it is, determined, confident, whatever it is that has worked for you to be successful, grab those words from what that have worked for you, that who you were being at that moment and during that time, and start applying them now. When you start applying them now, when you start stepping into that, that'll be a really great tool for you to step into so that you can start accomplishing the goals that you want to accomplish. I hope that went up for you.
Yeah, I thank you for bringing that up, because I did see that question right as we were popping off yesterday. But they asked for an example of a clarity of skills word. I'll share just one of mine. So again, just like Maureen said, it's how you're being or how you're showing up when you are working on your skills. One of my words is always resourceful. Right? When I'm thinking about the skills that I need to develop, I don't know everything, right? There's a lot I still need to learn, but I know that I'm resourceful. So if there's something that's stopping me, if it's something that I am not sure what to do, I'm resourceful. So I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to watch a Google video or a YouTube video. I'm going to Google it. I'm going to reach out to a friend of mine that's doing the things that I want to be doing, right? So it's the words that are going to allow you to be successful in your skill development.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
All right.
Awesome.
Any other questions on that, please put it in the chat and we'll try to get to them towards the end, or we'll follow up later after the live. All right. Let's move forward with day two.
Day two. I love this session. This session today, we're talking all about opportunities and how do you make the right decision in whether you pursue an opportunity or not, or which direction do you go. So today is all about how to choose the right opportunity so you never lose sleep again. You're not tossing and turning, wondering if you should, and then after, if you made a decision, you're tossing and turning if you've made the right one. So we're going to go through we're going to give you a couple different tools today that you can start using right away. You can even start to assess past decisions that you've made to, gain that confidence that you made the right choice. A great leader can make decisions quickly and confidently, and, because they understand that if they were to, make a decision and it didn't work out, they look at it as a learning opportunity. They look at it as something that they've now learned what to not do in the future, as opposed to beating yourself up and then sort of manifesting and getting that hesitation before you want to make another decision, right? If you're
here's the secret. I got to tell you guys, there's no such thing as a wrong opportunity. There's no such thing as a wrong opportunity, because no matter what opportunity you go towards, there's something you're going to learn out of it. It happens all the time. We beat ourselves up about it. Stop doing that. You're not losing time. You're growing and you're learning something with every opportunity you come against. Now, we will give you the tools that are going to teach you how to choose the right opportunity for now, right? Like, to help you choose that right one that works for you now. But just keep it in your mind. Start telling yourself there is no wrong opportunity. I'm not a limited leader. I'm a limitless leader. Any opportunity you give me, I can take it on. I've got the skill set to do it. So start telling yourself that.
Yep. I tell my now 7-year-old, it's my son's birthday today, just turned 7. And I tell him all the time, sometimes you win and sometimes you learn. And he said it back to me a few weeks ago. And it was like a very proud mama moment when he was like, Mommy, sometimes you win, sometimes you learn. It's not about winning and losing. So that is something that I tell myself too, especially when I start to beat myself up like, oh, that was probably the wrong choice. I stop myself in that moment and I'm like, what did I learn from it? So that's like your mindset kind of thing for today's session. But let's get into some of the actual tools that you can use, things you can start doing right now to assess these opportunities. So Maureen, do you want to start us off with our first one?
Absolutely. So I want to first remind everybody to get your worksheet out, right? We're on session 2, because this is what we're going to go over. We're going to talk about the automatic no tactic. Okay, this is going to help you with that no, yes, no decision maker. This is for all of those of you that are overachievers, you're people pleasers, or you're perfectionists. So you're going to just do all of it because you want it to look a certain way. Okay, so you want to make sure that you're paying attention right now. Okay, now that you're so tuned in and with what you want and what is important to you, right? You're very clear on who you are being. You must stay focused and disciplined in order to achieve it. Okay? So every time a new request is coming at you, right? Do this, do that. You're going to say no. You're going to say no immediately, because then what you're going to do is, and I want you guys to be writing all this down, right? Every new request should automatically be a no. This is going to be now your default way of answering when somebody asks you to do something, right? And let's be reasonable. Don't go and start saying to your spouse, no. Let's be reasonable. But I'm talking about opportunities that may take your project to another direction, may take your your goals to another direction. If it varies from what your end game is, then those are the things you want to say no. And then you're going to start convincing yourself why it should be a yes, right? Yes, just say no. That's right. So then you would start convincing yourself, should it be a yes, right? And we're going to give you more tools about how you can make sure that it is something that you want to do. Now, if you want to build a great case and the request is in alignment with your priorities, then it'll automatically change your answer to a yes, right? It's in alignment. My husband's asked me to do something. It's aligned with me. I'm committed to having a relationship with my husband. I'm committed to continuing that relationship. So if he's going to ask me something, before I say no, I'll probably ask a little bit more details while I'm calculating, like, can I get this done by the time he's asking? And I'm going to ask him, when do you need this done by? Okay, what all does it have to entail? Okay, I have already, I'm booked up for the next 2 days, but what if I help work on it, on Friday? And he may be like, yeah, that's fine. So sometimes it's not an absolute no. It's not now, but I can on Friday. I can on later. So if you can't, then yeah. So if you can't convince yourself that this is a yes, then it still remains a no. Okay. So, and hold yourself accountable to this. And if you're not sure, make sure, if you don't have a coach already, or if you don't have a mentor already, see if there's that friend who can give you that objective view, and ask them, like, I'm really needing help trying to decide, should I be doing this or should I not? My automatic answer is no. Convince me that I need to be doing this, okay? And this practice will allow you to reframe what saying no means, and it will make it easier to think through future decisions instead of trying to please others. Okay, for those people pleasers out there who have a hard time saying no, let me tell you why. I'm going to tell you the background, why it's hard for you to say no. Sometime when you were younger, somebody said no to you, and you made it feel like you didn't matter to them, or that they didn't love you, or they didn't care about you, or they didn't support you. So that impacted you in such a way that you don't want others to feel that way. So you're always going to say yes to other people because you don't want them to feel that way. What no really means is that I don't have the capacity to do this right now, or it's not my priority right now. It has nothing to do with the person that you're saying no to. Just like if somebody is saying no to you, they're not rejecting you. It's because they are doing something, they've already got their day or week planned out, that they need to work it out, and they can't make it manage right now. Maybe they've got something going on at home. Maybe they've got too much on their plate. That's why they're saying no. It's not that they're rejecting you or that they don't want to support you. Okay? Really want you to take that to heart and really sit on that tonight and think about, when someone says no to you, if it triggers something, really dig deep and say, is it really about you? Have you really asked them, oh, okay, you said no. Is it not going to work for you this time? I'm really looking for some support here. Is there another time that would work better for you? When you start getting with them and not being all about you, that's when you start becoming that limitless leader person that you show up as, because now you're creating possibilities and opportunities for them to contribute to you. Do you get that? So I want you guys to really think about that, and I want you to replay this, what I just said, later tonight, and really listen to it again. Think about when somebody said no to you, what did you make that mean? Because that's the thing that you need to break through, okay? All right, so that's the automatic no, all right?
Yep. I love this tactic because you know what? We, especially for, like Maureen said, those overachievers, people pleasers, when your default right now is just yes. So somebody asks something of you, you just take it on. It's about reframing what that no means, right? Just like Maureen had, just explained. And it's so important because your default is yes, you want to change that to be no, and then convince yourself if it's a yes. And if you can't, it remains as a no. I love, love, love this. I have started doing this in my own life because for me, when I had kids and things like that, there's so many requests coming at you to do things. And it's so easy to feel like you just have to say yes. I love it. Okay. Strategy number 2. This is actually a formula that I want to share with you. It's from the High Performance Institute. And this is also in your workbook. So I'm going to talk through it, but it is really helpful if you have it in front of you because there's a lot of little pieces to it. And I want to make sure that you guys are able to follow along. So essentially, the formula, when you are faced with, now you can do this for one opportunity if you're trying to assess whether you should take this opportunity or not. Or you could run, if you have 2 opportunities, you could run it through, both of them through, and see what you come up with. So the formula is, and you'll see it in your workbook, is the terms of any opportunity has to be less than the ROI plus the future value plus the lifestyle plus personal development. So I'll go through what all of that means.
Yeah, make sure you're following along right here.
Thank you,
right here. Really important, because if you're multitasking, please stop. It's really important because it's very, very useful. We use it in every business decision that Alexis and I make. Anything that we do, we look at this before we move forward. And this is a key. This is a key one. So please pay attention to this one. Go ahead.
Okay, so the terms, that's an acronym, and the T stands for time. So how much time is it going to take? How much time are you going to have to put into this new opportunity? The E stands for energy. How much of your energy are you going to have to invest into this opportunity? The R is resources. Okay, so this is outside of money. What other resources might you need to put into it? The M stands for money, so any investment that might be required. And then the S is really important. And this is the one that a lot of people don't think about when a new exciting opportunity presents itself. The S stands for sanity. How much of your sanity is going to be taken and is going to be sucked into this opportunity? Okay, so this is for you to consider the type that the person you're working with or the people that you're working with, the activity or whatever it might be. Is that going to drain you or rob you of your sanity, and for how long? Okay, so the terms, your time, energy, resources, money, and sanity, okay, all of those things has got to be less than what you're going to get out of it. And when we say what you're going to get out of the opportunity, yes, ROI is on there, right? That return on investment. It is important, but it's not the whole story. And that's where a lot of people stop. They put all of this into it, and then they think, how much money am I going to make out of it if it's a business decision, right? Or what's that one thing that you're looking to get out of the opportunity? So ROI is part of it. But the second part of it is FV, which stands for future value. Okay. This opportunity that you're faced with, what kind of future value does it have? Is it going to help you down the road? Are you going to make a contact that, open you up to a new relationship that could be fruitful in the future? Is it going to lead to another opportunity or allow you to move forward or move closer to your larger goal or your larger dream? So is there any future value, or is it just kind of immediate? Once it's done, and that's it? Okay. You want there to be a future value in every opportunity that comes your way, especially when your plate is already full, right? Yeah. So ROI, future value. The L stands for lifestyle. Okay. What is the impact going to be on your current or your ideal lifestyle, if that's what you're working towards, right? Is this project or is this opportunity going to take you away evenings and weekends because you have a day job, but you also have a family? What is that going to do with the lifestyle that you have been or are currently creating, right? Is this going to allow you to either continue the ideal lifestyle that you have or work towards the ideal lifestyle that you want? Okay. So is this opportunity, you want to consider all of the factors that contribute to the lifestyle that you're working towards. And then the last one is PD, which stands for personal development. Are you growing through this opportunity? Are you building a skill set that is going to be useful for you? Are you expanding yourself? Is this pushing you outside of your comfort zone and you're able to learn something new and grow as an individual? Right? Every opportunity that you decide to take on personally and professionally, if it is going to take a lot of your time, energy, resources, money, and sanity, you better be able to grow through that experience and be better for it at the end of it. So this formula has been, like Maureen said, so instrumental in some of the business decisions that we've made. We're always thinking through this beyond just the ROI. And like I said, that's where a lot of people stop when they think about evaluating an opportunity. So last time, your terms, time, energy, resources, money, and sanity has to be less than your ROI plus the future value plus your lifestyle plus personal development.
Yeah, let's give them an example. When we were deciding on a business coach, do you remember this? We went through this and we had a full-on conversation. Do we have the time with what the business coach is going to offer us to go through the step-by-step that how we're creating our company? Do we have the time to spend with the business coach? Do we have the energy? We definitely had the energy. We were like, yes, we're doing this. Time, we were not really sure. I didn't have much of the time, but Alexa said that she had more of the time to do it. Did we have the resources? Yeah, we had the resources. I don't think it was that was an issue. And did we have the money? Yes, we had the money to invest to do it. How is it going to affect our sanity? Quite honestly, anytime we're working on our business, we have fun. So it doesn't really affect our sanity. Do we get sometimes neurotic and stay up too late? Yes. And then we have to remind each other that we are high performers and we have to show up powerfully each and every day. So we hold each other accountable, making sure we go to bed on time because we're having so much fun. And so when we were looking at that, and then we were looking at the ROI, and it wasn't just the ROI, and Brett said this, it's not just about the wealth, the money. It's also about your health. It's also about your lifestyle. It's also about your relationships. It's your ROI could be totally different. It could be energy. It could be anything that's really important to you. If it's going to help increase that, then that's something that you want, right? And that future value. We knew that if we went with this, we were trying to debate if we were going to go with one coach or the other coach, the future value that we saw. And we did a lot of homework on this, like looked at what other people were doing with the business coach. And we saw that this would have a really great impact on our future, right? And that we could start creating our lifestyle around it. And it's a personal development. We're learning so much from this business coach and her team. It's been phenomenal for us. And if you're interested to learn who that is, we can let you know. Just contact us. We can tell you. But the idea is, what I'm telling you is that go through these steps. And if you don't have a coach already to walk you through this, or a mentor, then you want to make sure that you have somebody that you can kind of soundboard this off of. Okay. And if you need to soundboard off anything, we will be offering our calendar link. So you can set up a time with us and we can do it with you. Right? Totally do it with you. Some of you have already booked calls with us. We've had conversations. It's been great. I've talked to many of you already. I think, Alexis, you talked to a few people. So it's been really great. So and Concierge, go ahead. You can go ahead and put a link to our calendar. If anybody feels a need to go through this and they're stuck in a place where they don't know what decision to make, we can definitely go through this tool with them. So drop that link in there. They can book a call with us. So any questions about that? Let us know. Are you guys good? Shall we move ahead? We've got one more tool to go through. Who's ready? Who's ready? Tell me I'm ready for my next tool. I'm going to wait. They're totally ready. They said totally. This is amazing. Yes, learn how to say no. Yes, thanks. You guys are really engaged. Awesome. Okay, and we love it. And I think we may continue this after. We're going to talk about that at the end. And we have some bonus things to also go over at the end. So those of you just joining, it's not too late. We're going to talk about bonuses and giveaways at the end as well. Okay, the next tool. They're ready. Alexis, they're ready. I want you to pull up your workbook. and pull out in the back of your workbook the opportunity evaluator. That's what we're going to cover. You should have this in your workbook. Do you see this? It's mirrored. There you go. Opportunity evaluator. Okay. Get that ready. I'm waiting. Okay. There's 4 key questions to ask in making a decision when you've got 2 choices in front of you. All right. You've got 2 choices in front of you. And that's going to be right here. So what I want you to do in option A, put what is one of your choices that you have, and option B is the other choice that you have in front of you. Okay, so fill those out. We've got A and we've got B. And don't worry if you write on these, you've got the PDF in your email, you can reprint, right? All right, so the first one is the impact. Which option leads to the greatest positive impact in your life? And for option A, rate yourself between 1 and 5. 5 being the highest, the strongest, 1 being the weakest. And if you're leaning yourself at 3, cross out the 3. You cannot choose 3. In fact, we should just put an X on it. I'm going to just put an X on it. You can't choose 3. It's either a 1 or 2 or a 4 or 5. Do that for option A and do that for option B. Okay? So the greatest positive impact in your life, guys, think about it. Which one would have the greatest positive impact in your life? All right, number 2, heart. Which option feels right to you and pulls your heart? Like you really can feel that this is where the direction I want to go. Don't choose 3. It's either going to be a 1 or 2 or 4 or 5, and you're going to rate yourself for option A and for option B, right?
This is that emotional pull, right?
It's emotional, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like it just feels right. It feels good, right? Growth. Which would help you grow more, whether it's in your skills, your knowledge, your relationships as a person, really develop you in whatever area that is. Yeah, don't choose 3. So rate yourself for option A and option B. For those of you who just joined, 5 is the strongest, 1 is the weakest, and we're covering the opportunity evaluator for those of you who just joined. I saw a bunch just join a minute ago. Okay. And then for the head, which option is logically the best choice? Which is the stronger yes for you? Okay. Which is logically the best choice? Like just, okay, this is a no-brainer. And then rate yourself. A 1 or a 2 or 4 or 5. Okay, for A and B. Now, I want you to add up the totals for all of the option A, whatever you rated yourself, and then option B, what did you rate yourself? Now, if the score for each option is between 12 and 20, see which one is pulling ahead as to make it a decision, right? And if you don't have at least 12 points, that's automatic a no. Okay. You already know. You already know that's a no. So if you don't have at least 12 points, you know that's a no. All right. So go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, and this is good for if you have like obviously 2 options, A and B, which one to go with, or if it is 1, this is just another tool, guys, that you could use. You could probably run through any of these tools that we just gave you, but if the option A could be, buy this house, stay where you are. Do you know what I mean? Like even if it is 1 decision you have to make, but you could choose the 2 options that way, or it could be, date this person or this person, like whatever your 2 options are. It could be actually 2 different things, or one is like do it or don't do it. Okay. So you could run them both through. And I just love these assessments because it pulls you, if you're stuck in your heart, right? And you're just like, oh, but I feel bad. And this is why I'm going to say yes to this opportunity. It pulls you out of that to sort of give you that higher view, that 30,000 foot view of all things, right? Or if you're just stuck in your head and you're like, well, that's a lot of money to spend. And, I don't want to spend it. And you're just stuck logically. I don't, things are I don't know, whatever your situation might be, but maybe, you have other things to spend your money on and you're like, should I spend this? And you're just stuck on that dollar value, right? Making an investment into your business or whatever it might be. And you can't see all the other areas. And so this is why, especially the formula that I gave you and this one here, it forces you to look into just beyond that one thing that might be holding you back, right? Because that could have come from anywhere. Could have come from your past, could have come from what somebody said and you just couldn't get it out of your head. And you're not actually choosing for yourself, or, being able to open your mind enough to see the whole picture. And these are what these tools are so great at doing. When Maureen shared, us deciding to go with our business coach, financially, it was a big investment, right? It was there, but we got a lot. Like when you own a business, there's money that wants to be pulled out of you in every direction. So it was a big financial investment for us, and we had to decide. And if that was all we were looking at, we'd be like, that's scary. Like that's a scary decision to make, because what if it doesn't work? And then your mind goes to all these different areas. But once we had that little, oh my gosh, kind of moment, we stepped back and started looking, and we saw that the future value is there for us. The lifestyle, what we are wanting to create for ourselves, this program and her guidance is going to be what gets us there, what gets us to that ideal lifestyle that we're after. And of course, the personal development, there was, we're growing every single day. It's unbelievable. So that was a no-brainer for us. But sometimes you get stuck on the one thing, the time investment, the money investment, just maybe the fear of is it going to work out? You've got to be able to see beyond those. And I hope that you guys use these tools to be able to expand your mind and expand your decision-making power.
That's right. Okay, great. Homework time. Time to take action. Let's go back to your session number 2 sheet at the very bottom. We're going to have the homework thread post up for you, okay? And you're going to be answering the following question. What was the last tough decision you had to make, and what was your strategy? What was that tough decision that you had to make? Was it to leave a job? Was it to, move? Maybe it was to move. It was a big, tough decision. Or maybe, you had 2 opportunities with a different position at work, right? To get promoted, maybe. Maybe, I don't know. I can't think of anything right now.
And did you even have a strategy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did you have a strategy? Did you do pros and cons list, right? Write everything down, all the good, all the bad.
That's a very common one. Yeah.
Or did you just be like, this is what I'm going to do, just hope and pray? Like, I know so many people that do the hope and pray method. They just jump into something without thinking it through. Sometimes it works, sometimes it backfires. So what was your strategy? And you don't have to go into all the details, guys, if you just give us an idea. Yeah.
And think about the times that you've made a decision and you were like, I don't know if I made the right decision. You can go back and use these tools. Mm-hmm. Check for yourself. Just check for yourself. Did I make the right decision? And then now you'll know. So you stop losing sleep over it and having regrets. I know a lot of you have gone through some stuff, right? And had to make some tough decisions. Use this tool because you don't want to lose sleep over it, right? Because you don't want the past holding you back. You are wanting to go to becoming a limitless leader. That's why you chose yes to join this workshop. So do the evaluator opportunity tool. If there was something in the past that you want to just double check yourself, do it, and it might make you feel better. But also know that there's never a wrong decision. There's always that we learn. If there's something that didn't go the way that you wanted it to, then you did learn something. Now you know that's not what you want in the future. And so believe me, I've made so many wrong decisions in my business. But every time I called it wrong at the time. And then I was like, they're not really wrong, because now I know what questions to ask from business coaches. I know what it is that I'm looking for, what values I want to align with. And so when we hired our business coach, I had all this learning from the past that I could tap into and make sure I asked all the right questions, and it felt good. And it's been the best experience ever since. So that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't even look at those past decisions. Sure, they were expensive decisions, but we'll call them investments because it got me here, right? We're here with you, all of you. There's 1,500 of you in the group. There's many of you that are watching from other places where we're streaming on YouTube and LinkedIn. And so just letting you know that it took us to get through all that, those, what we may have called wrong decisions, to be here. Okay. So I want you guys to take that on. All right. So let's move forward. Bonuses and giveaways. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the comments. I'll have to go back and read them. There's a lot of them that just came through. All right, so bonuses and giveaways. So many of your concierge may have tagged you already. We have a giveaway. We have a goal assessment tool and a CEO's secret weapon template. Okay, and if you invite 5 friends this week to register into our program, into our 5-day workshop, and join the group, tag them so we know who those 5 are so that your concierge can take care of them, right? And then we'll also send you these tools. And if you need help using these tools, then book a call with us so that we can walk you through them, right? Because sometimes the tools may not make sense until we actually walk you through them. So that's your opportunity there as well, okay? Make sure you're doing your homework. Right after this, we'll be posting a thread. You can do the homework there. I see many of you coming back in the evening, watching the replays. We are doing a watch party at 8 p.m. Last night, we had a little bit technical difficulty getting it started. So we did start a little 10 minutes late, but we figured it out. There's some glitch in Facebook, but we figured it out, and Alexis was able to get it going for us. So we do have that watch party. And if your friends or family, you want them to catch this one, you know they're struggling on making a decision, have them watch this particular one. If they're struggling with finding their purpose or who they are or who they want to be, have them watch day one, right? So this is who we are, is you want to share. When you start to share it with other people, you start to build that community for yourself. All right, bonus sessions. So at the end of the week, so after day 5, we will be bringing on some expert guests to chat with so that we can address some of the, because we were looking in the DMs, we're looking at your comments. So we'll have one expert come in and talk about being confident and influential. So what that looks like for and this is an executive coach that's going to come in and talk about that. Okay. Well, then we have a career coach that's going to come in and talk about tackling work from home struggles. Okay. So we're going to post all these, what time and when they are going to be and who they are towards the end of the week, probably by day 4. Then we'll have a master coach coming in. She's a master business coach talking about creating radical results, like really making that, getting past all of your, things that are stopping your imposter syndrome, getting out of your own way, and really creating those radical results that you want to create with your goals as far as in professional in the corporation, or if you've got your own business, whatever it is, in a relationship, how do you create those radical results? And then we have another one who'll be talking a little bit about, remind me again, Alexis, I didn't write it down, unfortunately.
No, for sure. But just tapping into your subconscious, and she's going to talk a little bit about the power of the subconscious and how you can get it to work for you instead of against you. And these will be rolling out throughout the weekend. So this is not the end. We've got 3 more days packed of information and, fantastic tools for you to take away for this week. But just so that you, are looking ahead at your schedule for the weekend, definitely pop it on there to join us live or pop back on for the replays and catch some of the sessions from the experts that we've got coming joining us as well.
Yes. And know that all of these recordings are going to come down end of day Tuesday next week. So you still have a week at the weekend to catch up if you get behind. For those of you who are not here listening and may want to catch up and are catching up, that they're going to be coming down on end of day Tuesday. Now, we're going to try something new after this. So if you wanted to hang on, there is in our Facebook group a feature called Private Room Session, where we can create a room where you guys can interact with us. So if you're interested, stay on till the end, and we're going to pop into the Facebook group room, let you guys in, and we get to talk to you all, answer your questions, see what's going on. Just say hi, hello, how are you? Who are you? What are you up to? What are your goals for the year? And so we want to have a little bit more interaction because we're so excited that you all are here. So we're going to do that at the end. All right, so let's recap what we've gone over and then what to look forward to into day 3 tomorrow.
Yes. So really quickly, we talked about clarity and mindset on day 1 and those 3 different areas to define for yourself. Today, we went through evaluating opportunities and we shared with you 3 different strategies and tools to use. The automatic no, reframing the way that you are looking at saying no instead of just allowing it all to come at you. The formula that I shared with you from the High Performance Institute, and then the last one being the opportunity evaluator and running those 2 options through and seeing which one kind of weighs out. Tomorrow, we are talking about balancing your goals and balancing your life. And we're going to share with you one of the what we call the CEO secret weapon that you can use, you can start using immediately to organize your time and up your productivity and really start to see movement, progress, forward motion on those big goals and big dreams that you're working on. So you'll definitely want to come back and hang with us tomorrow, same time, same place. We are excited.
Productivity is about tomorrow. Best one yet. Everybody's talking about time management and how to get things done, how not to procrastinate. If that sounds like you, tomorrow's your day. All right. Okay. So we'll see. Let's pop over to the Facebook room. We're going to give this a try, guys. So bear with us. We've never done this, but I saw this new feature and I was like, we got to try it. We got to see you guys. Okay. So we'll pop over and see you guys there. Thank you. Have a great rest of your Tuesday. And we will, for those of you that are not coming to the room, we will see you here tomorrow at 1:30 Eastern, Wednesday, in the group. We're no longer going to be, if you're outside of the group, you must be in the group. So make sure you go to goalsetcoach.com, register for the workshop, get in the group, and let's get you a concierge so we can start interacting with you and you can finish out the week with us. All right. See you guys.
Thank you.